everyone, welcome to One Eye On News Channel, and this is where I get to talk about the things that I have seen in the news, and of course, what should we talk about but the aftermath of the protests. Now, I am shocked actually, not only by the protests and the destruction and the mob behaviour. I think we probably all are. So I'm not really going to be talking so much about that. But I was just shocked by the fact that people think that they shouldn't be punished. Now, in my opinion, having been on lots of different social media channels, there seems to be people clinging to the belief that we all have a right to say what we like, regardless of who it offends or the trouble it might cause. Well, can I just clear this up here? Freedom of speech is one thing, but that does not mean freedom to incite hatred. We mustn't do that. We shouldn't do it. And I don't understand why people think that that is acceptable. It is not. If you look up freedom of speech, you will see that there has always been legislation there. You can't just go out and offend whoever you like or hurt whoever you like. Now, I'm sure the majority of people seeing this will probably agree. You know, I'm not being controversial for the sake of it. I think a lot of people who lived in those areas would have been perhaps quite scared. Now, I know that some areas were worse than others, but a prison sentence, may seem a shock to a lot of people. But this was extreme behaviour, right? You know, the things that I witnessed on TikTok, through X, and lots of people, I have to say, inciting this and saying it's basically the government's fault. No, it is not. I fully agree that the government does need to listen to a sensible discussion, perhaps to gauge some people's feelings about certain topics. It never hurts for governments to listen to how people are feeling. But actually, when you have such extreme views, of which there was plenty, you can't bow down to that. No government can can conform to that kind of threatening behaviour. And what really struck me is, when people are now they've incited hatred, so they've used their words to inflame a situation, let alone the physical actions, but just on social media, they have inflamed a situation. And now I'm hearing it's like, it's not fair. Well, in my view, that's just tough luck. Tough luck. If you're going to break the law, you have to answer for your actions. Now, I am sure that in a mob mentality, people act sometimes out of character. Perhaps you get swept along by it, but that doesn't make it right, and it doesn't mean that people do not have to answer to their actions. So yes, if you've been guilty of inciting it, if you have been involved in it, participated in those dreadful actions we all saw, then I'm sorry, it looks like there's a prison cell with your name on it. I cannot feel compassion for people that have done this. I did actually feel a lot of compassion for the police. I mean, to be stood there and in the midst of it, to try to hold back the line of angry thugs, in many cases, the ones that I saw, but a baying crowd. I mean, it's just horrific. Some of those police officers looked quite young to me. What an introduction to the police force. I really hope all this is behind us. But, as I say, I've seen so many people absolute shock, that they've been caught and they're going to have to go to court and they may have to do time. Well, you know what? What an idiot goes out and vandalises and gets involved in these sort of things, knowing there's hundreds of cameras on you recording your actions. If it wasn't so serious, it would be funny. So please, let's all that be behind us. Can we just have a little bit of peace now, a little bit of common sense? And can we get back to trying to get the communities working together, discussing any issues like proper human, like adult human being? Like, let's have a proper conversation. That's it from me, Annette J. Beveridge, one eye on, and I will be back again soon.